Hello Waverly, it's Miss Holmes. I hope everyone is well. I have a fun activity for you this week. It is called Fruit Loop Rhythms. It looks like this. It's posted on my site. So before we jump into this, we have a couple things to talk about first. So Fruit Loop Rhythms is kind of similar to right before Christmas break when we used those erasers and we did tas and titis. So I want to review tas and titis because it's been a little bit of some time. So how many beats is a ta worth? And what is the real name of a ta note? Any guesses? So a ta looks like this, and it is a quarter note, and it's worth 1 beat. So if we were going to clap 4 tas, what do you think it would sound like? It would sound like this. Ta, 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 ta. If you did that, good job. The next note I would like to talk about is the 8th note. We call it, do you know? It's not ta, it has 2 syllables. It's titi. It looks like this. This is what an 8th note is worth. It's called the titi. It's worth 1 beat, and there are 2 sounds. So if we were to count 4 beats of titis, it would sound like this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ti, 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 ti. Here's a trick question if you're ready for it. How many titis are in 4 beats? How many do you know? If you said that there are 4 pairs of titis, you would be right. That would be a total of 8 sounds. If that's a little bit confusing for you and going over your head, don't worry about it. The last note we're going to talk about is a rest. So a rest, I won't show you just yet. A rest is worth how many beats? If you said 1, you were right. We call rest either we say shh or we say nothing at all. So a rest is worth 1 beat. Rests are kind of hard to draw. I kind of did like a little squiggle here. It's all right if you can't really draw it. So this is where our activity gets to be lots of fun. So for Fruit Loop Rhythms, we have 4 lines across here and we have 4 boxes for A, and then 4 boxes for B, 4 boxes for C, and then 4 boxes for D. So in each of these boxes, we get to choose if there gets to be a ta, a titi, or a rest. So you get to make those choices on your own. And this says Fruit Loop, but if you don't have Fruit Loops in your house, you could use Goldfish, you could use Cheerios, you could use little beads. I like to use Fruit Loops or some sort of food because it's kind of fun when you get to eat it at the end. So I am going to use chocolate Cheerios. So I'm gonna pour a couple of these into a bowl. And I'm going to decide whether I want my first box to be either a ta or a titi. So if I'm gonna put a titi in my first box, how many Cheerios do you think I'm going to use? Is there 2 sounds or 1 sound in a titi? If you said that there's 2 sounds in a titi, you would be right. So my first box, I'll show you when I'm done, but my first box is gonna be a titi. My next box, I think I'm going to have it be a ta. So I'm only going to use 1 Cheerio because there's only 1 sound to a ta. And then my beat 3, I think I'll do another titi. So that means how many Cheerios am I going to use? If you said 2, you're right. And then my last beat is going to be a, what do you think? I guess we'll make it a ta. So I'm going to flip my camera so you can see what I mean. Actually, I'll show you like this. So my first box is, you'll see a ta, a titi, then a ta, a titi, and then a ta. So if I were to tap this on this table, it would sound like this. Ti-ti, ta, ti-ti, ta. Do you see how that works? It's not too bad. So I'll clap it. Ti-ti, ta, ti-ti, ta. So then I would go forward and do the next row. So let's say I want this one to be ta, rest, ta, rest. So when you do a rest, you could even grab a pencil and try and draw a little rest, or if you want to leave the box blank, that's fine too. So I'll do my little squiggly rest and squiggly rest. And I say use a pencil because the pencil has an eraser, so if you change your mind, you don't want to use it, you can always erase it. So this reads now, I have a ta in my first box, I have a rest in my second box, I have a ta in my third box, and then a rest in my fourth box. And when I say boxes, I really mean beats, right? Because we're talking about 4 beats right now. So I have ta, rest, ta, rest. I'll show you what that looks like. You can kind of see it, right? Ta, rest, ta, rest. So if we were to clap that, what would that sound like? Can you try it? If you went like this, ta, ta, rest, that would be right. Or you could also do ta, sh, ta, sh. Very nice job. So you would go forward and do the next C box and the next D box. And here are a couple ways you can kind of make this fun. So say a parent or a sibling is watching this video with you, they might understand tas and titis now, so they can make their own box. Some important things to remember are that tas only have one sound. So when you're going to use a ta, you're only going to use one Cheerio. If you're using a titi, you would use 2 Cheerios or goldfish or beads, whatever you're using. Then once you have the whole box, the whole paper filled out, you can actually read through each line. So after you get to the end of the first line, you can go to the second line, third line, and fourth line. And then you'd have your own music composition, which would be really cool. So, a couple ways to make this fun. You could ask a parent or a sibling to create their own boxes. You could perform it on something like a cup, and you could use a spoon. I was trying that earlier, so it could be ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. You could use different body instruments. So we talk about using snaps, we clap, we use our thighs, and then we use our feet. So whatever works for you. I would absolutely love to see what you come up with. So if you want to have mom or dad or a sibling take a picture and email it to me, I would love to see it. And be creative. I think this is a really fun activity to do at home. All right, see you soon.